Hey there! Are you a solopreneur, entrepreneur, or small business owner who's hoping to get started with content marketing but don't have the funds and budget to outsource it to somebody else to do it right now? Well, here are some tips that I have for you so that you can actually get started on doing content marketing by yourself. Again, my name is Joyce. I'm a content marketer and founder based here in Hong Kong. I help those with an entrepreneurial mindset explore the full potential with content. For those who are new here, of course, be sure to check out my other videos in my channel, like, subscribe, and comment, and let's get started. Now, the first thing you need to understand is that it's going to require you with a mindset shift. What that means is content marketing, differing from traditional marketing like ads and PPC and things like that, those are outbound tactics. When it comes to content marketing, it's all about inbound marketing, as I've described and explained here in a previous video, which you can check out as well. Now, what that means is it's all about creating content that is of value and helpful to your target audiences, and most of the time does not actually sell or talk about your product or your services at all. It's really about understanding what your target audiences are struggling with, what their dreams, what their aspirations, and what their problems are, and hopefully try and use your content to help them solve their problems. With that said, the first tip I have for you to start doing content marketing by yourself is to think of every single piece of content that you create as a conversation with your target audience. Instead of using content to push for sales or prompt an action or drive revenue, your content should be there to offer value, to kickstart interesting conversations and engagement, and to be helpful to your target audiences. Now, if you were to think about it that way, a piece of content would most likely be how you kickstart a conversation with somebody as a new friend. What would you actually say to them? How would you say it? What is your tone and manner? How would you try and continue the conversation so that it doesn't stop with an awkward silence? Now, some of the tips that I have in order for you to start creating content that's more conversational is number one, who are you? Describe who you are without mentioning actually what you do or what you provide as a service or as a product. Tell them who you are. Second thing is, what do you believe in? Tell people what you believe in based on the industry that you're working in. For example, I'm in content marketing and I believe that content is a powerful tool. Things like that could already start and drive a valuable conversation. The third thing is, why do you believe in these things? Tell a backstory of your experiences, how you got from point A to point B. What were the problems that you have faced? What were the solutions that you have tried and used to solve these problems that you have? As you can imagine, this becomes a whole conversational piece of content where people who are complete strangers might gravitate and be interested to hear from you because you're talking to them as a person instead of as a hard sell business. If you want to learn a bit more about storytelling, again, I have this other video that you can refer to. The second tip for you to start doing content marketing by yourself is do not trust your gut feel. I know that might sound kind of weird, but it's true. A lot of people who start creating content based on their gut feel do not experience good performances or results because they do have a gap in the things that their target audiences desire versus what they think is good content. And that's where a content marketer really steps in and helps you filter all that out, because we do not create content based on our gut feel or your gut feel, but research. We need to do a lot of research in order to really understand the target audience's persona, what they're struggling with, their problems and their desires, and in order to justify and rationalize why we're creating certain pieces of content for the brand or the company. Therefore, take a step back from what you think is good content or what you think will perform well and really do your research. An easy way for you to get inside the heads of your target audiences is by going on forums. Places like Quora and Reddit are great places to start. Go inside and look for the group that's correspondent to your industry and find out what other people are talking about. What are their questions? What value are other members of the community providing? What frustrates them and confuses them and repeatedly is an asked question on these groups? Once you find that, you're really hitting the jackpot, because then you know what content you should be creating and what answers you should provide. Give it a spin, put in your own perspective, and provide answers that's not found on these forum pages in order to differentiate yourself from other people in the community. If you're interested in this format of content creation, be sure to check out this amazing person, Marcus Sheridan, and his book, They Ask, You Answer, where this whole idea comes into play and it goes into the tactics and the techniques that he uses in order to answer his target audience's questions. The third tip for you to start doing content marketing by yourself is categorization. As you can imagine, you start creating a lot of different pieces of content distributed across your selected channels, and sooner or later, it'll get out of hand. In order for you to remain on top of your content marketing game, understand what content works, what doesn't, what needs repurposing, adaptation, or optimization, you need a system of categories. And what content marketers like myself use is called content pillars. In short, they're buckets of open-ended topics where we have already done our research and understand that it gravitates to our target audience's needs, and it's the questions that they're asking. Once you have these buckets, then you can easily arrange your content calendar and understand how many pieces of content you should create for each content pillar. Then it becomes much easier for you to try and spot content patterns as to which posts work the best under which content pillar. Which content pillar worked the best? Which of them drive better engagement versus maybe which of them drive the best following? Each of your pillars then become very clear as to what metrics and objectives they're good at driving in order to inform you what kind of content you should be producing and planning out for the next month. And that is what really differentiates what we call content marketing versus just content creation. Because content marketing is really about creating valuable content and delivering it to your target audiences at the right contextual moment, hopefully to engage them so much that they trust you and consider your service or your product. Whereas content creation is just really about creating content based on perhaps your tone and manner, your brand messages, so on and so forth. In order, therefore, to achieve content marketing, you need that system, or else all your content pieces just ends up being like scattered sand, which is an analogy that I use a lot of time, and it seems to gravitate to a lot of my target audiences. What you do not want is all of your content just dispersed out there, not knowing what goals they will achieve, and by the end of every single month, you cannot tell if they have succeeded because of their hook, the asset that was used, the time it was posted, or maybe the hashtag that was included. What you want to be able to do is, through content marketing, identify these content patterns based on the framework that you have so that your content is not scattered sand. Rather, they're each a piece of vital block for you to build up your sandcastle. That's ultimately the goal of content marketing and why it gets more interesting and tricky along the way. And the fourth tip I have for those who want to start doing content marketing by themselves is that more does not equal better. Now, this might be a spiky point of view because a lot of social media experts and managers and digital marketing people out there would tell you that you need more content. You need to update your LinkedIn, your Instagram with at least 1 to 2 posts every single day. Again, if you've already watched some of my other videos, you know my stance on that, which is I'd rather not kill myself and still be able to create quality content that resonates with my target audiences. So quantity here to a certain extent isn't my priority. What my priority is the quality of these pieces of content and really trying to update and refine as I go along. What I measure it by is after I've answered all of the questions with content, am I getting the responses that I need? For example, my blogs. I've created a series of blogs based on my research and my understanding of my target audiences. Are these actually gravitating to my target audiences? How can I tell? I can review those through GA metrics. So I look into the average time spent on these pages, how many sessions are there, how do my traffic navigate across my website? Second thing I look at is, are they reaching other organizations? Specifically for blogs, I'm starting to get inbox telling me, hey Joyce, I found your article. I find it to be very interesting and of high quality. Can you include a link to my website? And I would want to trade a link back from my website to yours. This is what we call backlinking. And ultimately, if you're receiving backlinking requests, it does signify that your website is doing pretty well. First off, it's visible in the search engines or else they wouldn't be able to find you. Secondly, they do find that you are of a high quality website content hub. That's why they want to link to you in order to increase their website's recognition on Google. So therefore, to me, it's really not about the more you produce. And it's not about constantly reinventing the wheel when it comes to doing content marketing. What it is, it's really this. You need to work smart because working hard is tiring. At the end of the day, this is my belief. I'm actually super lazy on the inside, and that is why I want to do everything on point so that it is actually driving the metrics, the objectives, and the business goals I'm striving for. I don't want to waste any time creating pointless content just because I think it's great, or content that can never be measured, or things that doesn't have justification or rationale behind it, because I want to work smart. And to be honest, the thing that I figured that really helps me is content marketing. Hence, I'm a content marketer.
Sound the alarm. I'm coming up. We'll have a ball. I'm sweet like a buttercup.
So I hope the tips that I've provided can help you kickstart on your content marketing journey by yourself. I've written extensively about the subject across my social media platforms as well as on my website. So be sure to check those out as well if you're interested in learning more. As a matter of fact, I also have an inbound marketing crash course on offer on Udemy. In this crash course, I have videos, transcripts, downloadables, as well as infographics to guide you step by step as to how you can use inbound marketing to promote your business, create valuable content, and attract your first paying clients. So be sure to check that out as well. If you have any more questions about content marketing, be sure to drop it in the comment section below. I would love to hear from you, and I can't wait to see you again next time.